Hello, hello out there in ukulele land. It's Jeff from jeffrey-thomas.com, and I'm going to preview my ukulele tab for Wonderful tonight by Eric Clapton. So make sure that you're on my website requesting the tab so we can go through all the details, and I'll go ahead and run through page 1 for you. So here we are with the intro, nice and slow. Ready, go. And that G right there, which is an alternate form of a G. This G, not that G. So this is the one I finish up with. So it's late in the evening, and then we're to C. Fourth line, D. Just using my thumb for the chords. G, and then a fill here. Optional, and then C. And then back to D. Another optional fill. It's kind of a nice lead into that C chord. Right? And she asked me, do I look alright? Fill there on the E minor chord. And I say, yes, you totally look hot tonight. Okay, and then you're on to page 2. And structure-wise, remaining stuff on page 2 is just actually the bridge section, but a lot of repeated content here on the tune. So as usual, I'm trying to go in and get the details of what's happening on the recording, trying to keep things in the original key, which this is the key of G, and listening to that, guitar intro and a lot of the guitar fills and seeing how that would transfer over to the ukulele. So I think I've got it pretty close. And the most important part is the intro. So let's go back in and talk about that. So if you're not familiar with finger picking, the right hand letter names are P for your thumb, I for your first finger, M for your middle finger, and A for your ring finger. And I have that notated here in this really horrible drawing of a right hand. Looks more like a foot, but sorry about that. Anyway, this is telling you what fingers to use that would make sense for the finger picking. So on the G, we've got, and I'm playing that with P, I, M, I. Okay. Then I'm going over to the first string with A, and I'm doing a pull off there. So I play the 2, pull off to the open string, open first string. Then come back in for the second string, and play the second string and then the first string open. So that's okay. And a lot of people who are doing finger picking, getting more advanced at it, there is the option of just using your thumb, right? And I would actually recommend that instead of trying to chase it around with a bunch of bad habit fingerings that you would come up with in your right hand, maybe if you're doing it on your own. So that's the reasoning behind all of the letter names underneath the notes there, to make sure that you're getting a good suggestion for what fingers to use. So let's move on to the second measure. We're on the D chord, and we've got P, I, M, I. Then we come back to the second fret on the first string, pull off again, and then a pull off on the second string. So that's, and then, okay, and then to the C chord, just all open there. Back to that first string, second fret, pull off, and then just a single note there on the second string, third fret. And then I and M through this whole next section. First measure, second line. Okay. And then the second measure, second line, we go up to this fifth position G chord, P-I-M-A. Then come in for the sevens with I and M. Pop the first string with A. Come back to 3 and 4. And slide to 5 and 6. And then you're right on a D chord there, another fifth position change for the chord. P-I-M-A, straight across the strings. Come over to the sevens. I and M, and then A for that first string. Come back to 3 and 4. And then you're on the beginning of the third line. And then we've got sevens again. I and M, and A, basically repeating that content that you did before with the right hand. 3 and 4, and then second measure of the third line is. And then strumming wise, I think downstrokes with the thumb is best. I'm also on a low G. Wanted to point that out. It sounds fine on a high G, but I think the low is just a little bit better for this one. And the whole tune is wrapped up on 2 pages. There's just repeated content and lots of stuff that is, not necessarily beginner. Most people would probably just leave the intro out like they normally do and just go right into the verse. It's late in the evening. Whatever kind of strum along thing you're going to do, but most of my students are like looking for that extra, that extra step, and like, how would I start to bring finger picking in? How would I play the intro? How would I play the solo section? How would I play the ending? So those are the questions that I'm hopefully answering, and maybe it's not for everybody, but if you are looking to kind of just step up the ladder a little bit with your playing, this is the type of stuff you want to be thinking about. All right, so hopefully that was a good walkthrough on page 1 for you, and I'd be happy to send you the other page. Just go ahead and send in your email address through the website, and I'll get it off to you. All right, thank you.